Hello everyone and welcome back to another one of my videos. Now today we are going to be racing around Interlagos in the Manufacturer Series. I believe this is round 2. I did the first round but didn't do particularly well, so didn't think I'd bother recording it because it was just a naff race, to be honest. It wasn't really worth uploading. So let's have a look at the tyre requirements. Holy balls. All 3 tyres. I have not seen that in a long time. My brake bias is going straight to 3 at the back to try and save the tyres on the front of this car because they are going to die. 18 laps, I think it's like times 13 tyre or something ridiculous like that. I'll have to double check, and I can see as well straight away I've noticed the fuel is never going to make it to the end, so this is going to have to be some major fuel saving, as that's going to go into the strategy, and we want to save as much as we possibly can. As we get off then as a rolling start, as you always do in Gran Turismo, the guys ahead already weaving to try and warm up their tyres, but I can't be bothered with that. I'd rather just try and keep my tyres fresh. I think they'll warm up naturally. So for me, not really a point. Sticking it straight into fuel mix 2 then. Let's see if anyone makes a mistake. The Jaaag ahead then goes a little bit wide, gets a little bit off centre while hitting the curb, and we've managed to gain a position already. You'll see me changing gear quite early during this race because again I'll be wanting to save a little bit of fuel. The Jaaag round here is not a slow car. It's certainly not fast. So we make another position then, so we made 2 positions already. So a pretty good start from my end, and these two are fighting ahead. So managed to get up 2 positions. Qualifying didn't go too bad. I think we qualified P7, which isn't too shabby in an AFI manufacturers. You've always got the chance to make a few places. We look for a move on the inside here then, just covers it off and nudge him ever so slightly, but nothing major comes of it. So, okay, sit rep halfway through the first lap then. Looking at my fuel, 14.5. Around 14 laps fuel, so that's clearly not enough. We're definitely going to have to pit twice to match the tyre requirements for this race, otherwise you'll get a 20-second penalty. Having a look at that though, having to use soft, mediums and hards. I've done no practice of this prior to this whatsoever, so I'm not quite sure what the best strategy for this is going to be. Simply, I think maybe going 6-6-6, so we'll start on the softs, we'll then go to the mediums, and then we'll go to the hards. Maybe we'll go hards and then mediums and have a bit of pace near the end. Who knows, but getting right behind the back of this guy then, he's in the NSX, which isn't the fastest thing in the straight line. We'll stick to fuel mix 1, we'll see if we can get the move done. I'm looking for the inside, tries to cut me off, but are we going to get this move? Yes, there we go. Managed just to get on the inside of him, get the move done. Who knows, he may have hard or medium tyres on where I've got the soft one, so I've got to make up as many positions as I possibly can early on in this stint. Maybe looking back at this, I probably should have gone and started on the mediums and the hards, but I didn't really know how this race was going to go. I wanted to stick with the quickest guys here, so I stuck the softs on. Probably the most safest strategy, shall we say. Probably not the best one, but it's the safest one to get me around here. Stick with the guys ahead, make sure I don't lose them. They're more than likely going to be on different tyre compounds. It's not really recommended, to be honest, to start on the softs, because by the time they've warmed up and got the temperature and as fast as they can be, they've worn out quite a bit. So always recommend to start on the mediums or hards if you possibly can. Pace-wise though, I'm feeling pretty pacey. Maybe it's just my tyres, but certainly feel like this group ahead are fighting, and I'm not really struggling to keep up with them at all. I'm in fuel mixture 2 for most of it, saving as much fuel as I possibly can, and we're managing to stick with them, which is a good sign already. So sit rep on lap 2, we've managed to go from P7 to P4, which is a great start. We look like we're the fastest guy on track right now, even with fuel mixture 2, but that is purely down to the tyres, I reckon. I don't think anyone else around me is probably on the soft, so they've probably done the 4 o'clock slot. The race I did, which is this one, was the 5:20 slot, I believe. Now, if you're wondering about the car livery, I had, again, one of my subscribers very kindly designed me this livery, so massive thank you to him for designing this livery. If anyone wants to design a livery, I'm more than happy to, you know, advertise it or show it off during the race, just so your liveries in a video. Really, I can't make liveries to save my life. If you've probably watched my other videos, you've seen my liveries. They're absolutely, they're awful. They're very bad, but they're quite humorous because it's just bright yellow and massive YouTube logo on it, just to emphasise the fact, yes, I do YouTube, if you haven't guessed already. This guy then goes a little bit wide, gets shoved off the track. Oh, we're going to make a move. I just hit him slightly. I didn't mean to, but I managed to get the move done, probably a bit naughtily, but yeah, he kind of just in the middle of this track, and I was trying to, you know, turn as left as possible to get the move done, but we just hit him ever so slightly. As these two then, this guy goes really wide, thinking about a move on the inside, but just can't get it done. He manages to get around the outside and defend it quite well. So going through this section here then, this kind of really kills your tyres going through around here, so I try my best not to do trail braking. If you don't know what trail braking is, it's essentially where you brake and turn at the same time, so that will wear your tyres out significantly more than if you didn't. So try and brake in a straight line and then turn if possible. Don't try both at the same time, because the tyre wear in this track, or on this race I should say, is going to be very high, so we want to make sure we keep that to a minimum. End of lap 3 then, just about to start of lap 4. Again, still fuel mixture 2, 10.8 laps of fuel remain on, 78%. So fuel saving wise, I think we've done very well. I reckon we've probably saved more fuel than anyone around us, to be honest. The Jaag's not the best on fuel. It's a bit of a heavy beast, plummeting around in that V8 in the front of the car, and V8s are clearly not the best on fuel at all. So I think we've done quite well so far. 10.7, 77%. We're doing all right. Strategy wise, if that guy gets very close behind me, I can just spot the German behind us there. Strategy wise, it looks all right. Again, tyres in the bottom left, not wearing off too badly, considering they're soft tyres. Lap 4, that's not too bad. As we're getting right on the back of this guy then, I'm thinking about getting a move done. Stick to the right, stick to the right. He's going to go to the left, follow the strip of another guy. Then I'm going to brake just slightly later. This is some nice, clean, fair racing here. There's a stick on the inside, gives me plenty of room, so thank you for that. Are we going to get a move done? Yes, we are indeed. Just managed to nip down on the inside there. We'll defend to the left-hand side here straight away. Managed to get up to P2. So from P7 to P2 after 4 laps. If you had told me at the start of the race I'll be there, I would have believed you. So very good start from us. Must confirm that the guys around us are not on the soft tyres. But if they are, then we've got some amazing pace, really. We've unlocked it from absolutely nowhere, which is good, but you kind of wish I had that during qualifying. As we get right at the back of then, there's this guy in P1. I don't think I'm going to go for the move, purely because if I do, we're just going to be fighting, and there's no point. So I'm going to skip ahead, I should say, to lap 6. We're going to go in the pits. I've decided to go on the hards, and you can see there, fuel-wise, we're doing quite well. We're on 58%. We're going to change the tyres here. We're going to refuel, but my plan is here is just to go over a little bit, so 10% extra, and then we'll have to pit once more. But because we put that extra bit of fuel in there, fingers crossed, on the last pit stop we won't have to put any fuel in there. We can go in and out straight away. So slotted into P10 then. I did notice I was the only person to pit, I believe, on lap 6. So strategy wise, that doesn't look too good for me. It looks like I've picked the wrong one, but we're sticking with it now. We're committed. We can't just can't come off it, otherwise we're going to end up being slower. So there's no point in that. So the guy ahead of me then, the guy from Denmark, I've seen him in quite a few races. He's a quick guy. It looks like he's in a Jag with us. The race had about 5-6 Jaguars in it, which is ridiculous. I've never seen so many Jags in it. Seen Kai's Kai 25. He's in a Jag for this season as well. So I've never chosen a Jaguar before, but they look decent. So the car feels very good. Feels quick. Probably not the best around the corners, but in the straight lines, and the grip is very good. So yeah, they fit my characteristics of what I like in a car. Very good handling is what I want. Stability coming out. I like to try and get on the power as much as possible. As we can see then, a few guys at the front going into the pits. See first, second, and third all swapping. So they've gone in the pits on lap 7 as the guy from Denmark goes into the pits then. Skipping ahead a few laps then, well, to lap 8. You can see the other two, there you go, they've also gone into the pits. So the leader and second place have gone into the pits. They started on the mediums then, interestingly enough. So it looks like maybe possibly the best strategy was to pit on lap 8 on the mediums. I think one of them's gone on the hard, one's gone on the soft. So that'll be interesting to see how that's going to play out then as we are promoted up to P5. You see the German here, he's got a 4-second penalty, he's going very slow. So that's P4 for us then, or no, P5, because the penalty, well, not the penalty, but when you go in the pits, it kind of, you can't kind of just sit in the pits until you get out of the pit lane. So it looks like you've dropped like 3 or 4 positions, but by the time you take the centre S's, you've dropped down to 2 or 3 positions. So momentarily, I think we're P3, P4, and now we're back to P6. So the guy in front of us then, I think he is on the hard tyres like us. However, he has only just come out and we've been on our tyres for 3 laps. So I suspect him to be substantially quicker than what we are now. But tactic wise, we just want to stick with him, because even though he'll be quicker, we have got that slipstream. So we want to make sure we stick with him. The Porsche is significantly quicker in the corners than the Jag, because it's a big old heavy beast. So yeah, as you can see, just outbrake myself there a little bit. feeling the pressure of being in P6 and being on the wrong strategy. I don't really want to throw away a podium position in P2 because we were doing very well. I think probably should have maybe taken the lead because we were on the softs, but I quite like the idea of saving a bit more fuel to see what would happen in the pit stop, maybe save us a few seconds or whatnot. But fuel wise, 6.6 laps remaining. So yeah, I skipped ahead a few laps because we didn't really do too much. We just stuck behind that guy. Nothing really happened, so we skip ahead a few laps. We're going to put the mediums on now. So I picked a lap early because the hards are they're trash. They're a horrible set of tyres to be on, and we're going to have to refuel a little bit just to get to the end. So not too bad. We have saved an awful lot of fuel compared to the others. You can see we're on 56. The others are on 18%. So we have saved a significant amount of fuel. Coming out the pits then, we're in P10, but we don't have to make another pit stop. This guy ahead has got a penalty, which is it. He's in a Jaaag, Supra 2510. Again, the race with him, very, very quick driver. And that's put us into P9 now. So we're behind the Ford GT Le Mans Spec 2 test car. I believe that's the full name of the car. Very good in a straight line, but pretty horrendous around the corner. So through this section here then, I imagine he's going to be very slow. As he outbrakes himself there, he's going to be quite slow. It's not a great car around the corners at all. We really, well, ideally we want to wait until the straight because he's probably just going to overtake us if we take him on the straight, around the corners I should say. He's on the straight, he's just going to get our slipstream and overtake us once more. 21 seconds off the lead, which is not great, which shows our strategy has not gone to plan. So we think about a move on the inside then, but no, it's just going to, it's just probably not worth it. I just kept thinking to myself, it's not worth it. If I take him, he's just oh, he goes a little bit wide there. We'll get the slipstream and we'll see if we can overtake him on the right hand here. Probably wanted to go left, but he kind of just stuck his car in the middle and I was in an awkward position, so I couldn't really get the move done. He swings into the pits then, so does P7, the guy on the hard tyres. So we were fighting with him 2 laps ago before we went into the pits. So it'll be interesting to see where we end up as we get our braking point perfect there as we go through the ZRSs once more. I just saw a red car in the pit lane on the left hand side there. That may be him, we're not quite sure. Oh no, of course he was in a Porsche, wasn't he? So I can't see him. It looks like he's in the pits somewhere still then. So it looks like we've managed to jump up to 5th place, so we just got to keep our cool then. We're in the medium, so pace wise it shouldn't be bad. We'll probably drop off near the end because we've gone a lap early, but the leaders, they went 8 laps on the medium, so it shouldn't be too bad. Skipping ahead then, you can see P3 and P4, they've gone in. So it looks like the strategy then was mediums probably for 8, softs for 6, and then hards I should say for 4. So that was probably the strategy to go for. If I knew that, I probably would have gone for it myself. But prior to this, we had no practice. I got home from work. I saw that it was, I think it was like 5:15. So I jumped on, got my recording equipment up, jumped straight into the race. Thought we'd do it. I thought it might be a bit of fun as well, not knowing what the strategy is and just, you know, making our own way, see what we could do. But yeah, it's not gone too bad. We're P4 then, 26 behind the leaders. But the first 2 then, so first and second, they've gone into the pits and they've got absolutely no fuel. PST Phoenix has gone onto the hards, and it looks like the German has also gone onto hard tyres as well. So where's that going to put us in? But like I said earlier, it's put us into P2, but by the time we get around this corner, I imagine they're going to be out the pits. It's like a ghosting system, and it's going to demote us. So there we go. So we're down to P3. I imagine the guy, there he is, he's just come out. So that's dropped us down to P4. So not too bad then. We've only lost 2 positions by using the wrong strategy. It's not gone too shabby. We're up 3 positions, so I would have taken that at the start. The tyres, they don't look too bad, but when you've got the brake bias balance to -3 to the rear. Oh lordy lord, I did not expect that Brit to be right behind us there. I was completely oblivious to him there. Oh dear, he's only 10th behind. Oh, I've probably left the door open there. Not great. Oh man, that's P5. I didn't know he was that close, to be honest. I remember him coming out of the pits, but I didn't know he had that much pace. He must be on the soft tyres. He's absolutely flying, the geezer in front of us in the Mercedes. Quite a good car around here. Well, the Mercedes, to be honest, is quite good around any track. It's an absolutely solid car. Maybe we'll be able to stick to the slipstream then, as he attacks the guy in P3. Who knows? Who knows? As we go through this long straight then, you could probably class to have 1 or 2 corners, but they're so minor, I wouldn't really call it a corner, to be honest with you. It's probably just a I'd just say it's a very long straight. I wouldn't class it as a corner. Coming over the line then, P5, so it's not too bad. We're only 6.1 seconds off the leaders, or the leader, I should say, so it's not actually gone that bad. I think our fastest time as well was 1:30.9, fastest lap early on, so that's not bad at all. If we were on the softer tyres for the end stint, I definitely feel like we could have had the fastest lap, 100%, with all that fuel gone in the car and just you know, fuel mixture 1. We managed to get a 1:30.9 and fuel mixture 2. With a little bit of slipstream on the straight, so we definitely would have had potential to get to the 1:30s, maybe a very high 1:29, who knows. That would have been a very good lap indeed. As we can see, the Brit Jones is getting right behind this German then. Is he going to make a move going through the middle sector then? Doesn't look like it. It's very, very hard to get a move done here as he sticks to the inside. I'm just going to patiently wait to see what happens if I can catch up with him. Oh, so he goes for the switchback there. Is he going to get the move done? Yes, he is. That's a really, really good move. Fair play to the Brit and the Mercedes, and not Lewis Hamilton, but our own Jones BC69, the man, the myth, the legend. That is Jones BC69 gets the move done. So up to P3, we are going to have a Brit on the pole. Lovely to see. But the German is going to get the slipstream of the Brit. As we can see, Jesus Christ. Every time I look behind me, there's just some guy ready to overtake. I can't get a break here. We are quickly falling back, which is not what I want to see. Just about slipstream range, so we're going to be able to defend. As I've completely missed my braking point there. As you can, oh dear. I don't know where the Italian is. I reckon he went for the move, break the same point as I did, and also went wide. We've just managed to stick ahead. There he is. Jesus Christ. Oh lordy lord. 1.4 seconds off the guy in front of us. Then, so we're going to get slipstreams. This guy is definitely going to look to move. He's gone to the left-hand side. Is he going to go for it? No. He thinks about it, but I've just managed to defend there. I reckon if it... Oh, there goes. So it's to the left-hand side of us then. Oh, Christ. All the way up the hill. I keep saying Jesus Christ during this video. I don't know why. We're going to stick to the inside. Defend him the best he can. There we go. So this guy's really clean racing, which I really like. We had a race with him at the start of this video. Managed to defend then. We'll stick to the inside, trying to make sure that he makes... no overtake opportunity on us through this sector. It's quite hard, but the Brit P3 managed to show us how it's done. I got a little bit defensive here. I outbraked myself ever so slightly, but again, the Italian is probably just waiting for his moment. He probably could have overtaken me 2 or 3 times, to be honest, but we've managed to defend it somehow. Not really sure how. We're 2 seconds off our pace now. So I outbraked myself horrendously there for the first gear, and I get a 4-second penalty. Yeah, that's a bit crap, isn't it? Looking back at this, I actually do think I didn't actually outbrake myself. I think I got a nasty hit from the Italian behind me, maybe getting a little bit frustrated. But I don't think it was my fault as such. I think it was perfectly fine. I was just defending. It's gone into the back of me, and the game has given us a 4-second penalty, which, yeah, that sucks. That's not a great advertisement of the penalty system there. That is completely ruined our race, to be honest. As we're going to serve it here now, we're going to drop down to 6th, then 7th. I'll stick it into lean mix 6 whilst we're serving it, just to save just a tiny little bit of fuel. So P7 now. As oh, there we go. As the Spaniard then manages to get us as well. So all the way down into P8, and that's the story, folks. We didn't really, yeah, nothing really happened after that. We finished the race P8, so we actually end up dropping a position, but yes, very harsh. I think with the right strategy, we definitely could have got a top 3 here. No doubt in my mind. I feel like we definitely had the pace. We were the fastest of the Jaags, though. There were about 5 Jaags in this race, believe it or not. So we were the fastest of the Jaags in the Brits as well. So well, Jones is the fastest Brit, we're the fastest Brit in a Jaag. So we're saying a Jaag. So we're the fastest there. P8, not too shabby. I'll take it. It's going to be about 170, 180 points. But definitely missed out on the podium. Definitely should have got over the 200 point mark. But that BS penalties kind of ruined it for us there. But overall, still a very entertaining race. But thank you very much for watching. I really hope you liked and enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you for the next one. Take care.